But when we look at failures, and the reason I'm starting with you is because you do a lot of expert witness work within third stage consulting, where we testify in court when there's a failure. We'll analyze why the project failed, that sort of thing. How often is a failure related to technology versus something else?
I was just talking to a gentleman after the session this morning. So occasionally we get a case where the software vendor, very much in the example I just provided, has kind of this vaporware concept of an idea. Didn't necessarily come clean to the client that you would be the first to do this, and they use the implementation to develop the application. But because it's a software development that has gone beyond an implementation to a client, it just continues. And when the client finally recognizes that this is something that is a problem, whether they're managing it themselves or not, you'll see the software vendor or the SI ramp up billing to try and fix it faster, but they're doing it in a live implementation, and that's a recipe for disaster. But having said that, most of the failures and implementations that we see in the expert witness case is much more around the blocking and tackling. They may even do some proper planning up front. Most often they don't, but it's the painful exercise of being diligent during the execution. They don't do change orders. They let scope creep happen beyond recognition. The client forces a fixed date, where the two areas that always get cut off the knees is training and testing. And so you deploy into an environment that is more of a production test environment, and all hell breaks loose, right? And those are the stories you read. So it's the execution, planning of course, but execution and being formal in how you manage that project will typically get you out of that problem.
Right.